Israel, a Jewish country by Eli Grinfeld. Get to know Israel. Here are some basic facts about her. Israel is currently 73 years old. Israel's area is 8,550 square miles, the size of New Jersey. Population, about 9 million. Popular languages, Arabic, Hebrew, and English. The capital of Israel is Jerusalem. And this is the flag of Israel blowing in the wind. My favorite food in Israel. My favorite food in Israel is pita with falafel, which is right here. My favorite places to go. This is Tel Aviv Beach, and this is a pool in Israel. Thanks for listening.
International Night by Isabella Lamb. China Traditional Clothing and Village. This is a village that I went before. Chinese traditional clothing. The Han for Han clothing. The majority of Chinese are in Han Dynasty. It's the oldest of China's traditional clothes. Legend traces it back over 4,000 years ago when Huangdi's cancer, those people was there, and it was constantly improved throughout several dynasties until the Han Dynasty. The Hanfu was adopted and rigorously promoted by the ruling class. It then became the national clothing of Han ethnic people. It also had a far-reaching influence on neighborhood Asian countries such as Korea, Japan, and Vietnam. But Hanfu Chinese traditional clothing doesn't mean that it is made in Han Dynasty. Before Han Dynasty and Qing Dynasty, it already had it. Chinese culture. It starts from 5,000 years ago, 600 years ago in Qing Dynasty, and it's now in a museum that I went. This is also in there. This is from the end of Qing Dynasty, about 2,000 years ago. It's Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor's burial object. This is that, and it's made in Ming Dynasty. Now it's in the Forbidden City. The colors are special. A person called that crossed the sea and found this kind of color. Then when he came back and gave it to the Emperor Judy, not Judy, and the Emperor made this thing. This color is called Sumaiti. And those are also things in there. It's from Shang Dynasty. It's called that, and people face and fish pot like you can see on it. And this is from Shang Dynasty. It's called that, and and it has four sheeps on top. And those are also the things before like the words that we have, and this is from Shang Dynasty, where it's like the first one. It's a garden tool. It looks like a picture. That's me. And this is also a famous place. It has a lot of dynasty things on it. This is one of the pictures. This is Dunhuang. During my mom's childhood, this was made into a movie made in Tang Dynasty. This picture. This is also it. And this is Dunhuang Fanhan Pika. It's the most popular one in Dunhuang. This is also a famous landmarks in it. And this is also a thing. And this picture I had is from Xia Dynasty. It's now 3,200 years ago. It is the face of the first king. In that time, he was called Tanchong. And in the history book, it says he has big eyes and big ears. Now people call it Senxingdui. And this is also a picture of it. This is the same as the one next to it. It's an imperial appearance, not real person face. In history, it says that he uses big eyes and find a place that's good for people to live. Days pass, and now at 2021 year, people find this place that has these things in it. And this is made out of copper, and it used to be brown, but people didn't find out what is it holding, and maybe it's holding like this or this or this. Royal swords in Tang Dynasty. This is one of them. This is called Polo. It is also in Tang Dynasty, very famous, about 1,000 years ago. This is also one. And this sport is really similar to soccer. You could see this picture that they're kicking the big ball.